What's good, everybody? UFC 307 is coming up this weekend. I'm here to give my predictions. I did okay last week. I missed the last four fights, but everything else was perfect, and I love that. But I'm here to give my predictions for 307. I'm hoping to do well. I want to give a quick disclaimer. I know this is cliche to say, but I cannot, personally bet on fights at elevation. I think it's a huge factor. And I know some fighters say it's not as big as a factor as they think. I think it is personally. A lot of my bad cards and bad betting cards and bad prediction cards, unfortunately, have been at elevation. And that's something, I guess I don't take into account as well as I should. But I'm trying, and, personally, I will not be betting on any of these fights. I think I have some decent reads, but I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get right into the first one. First up, Court Mcghee. Court Mcghee taking on, Tim Means. This is a horrible fight, put it plain and simple. Both these guys are very old, both on terrible losing streaks. To me, I think Court Mcghee is going to be maybe the better wrestler, probably going to have better cardio. On the feet, I think Means is much better, though. I think he hits harder. He's going to be a lot taller here. I think, he's had moments where he's looked good. He just got knocked out by Uros Medic, I believe, and that's not a bad loss. Uros Medic is a tough guy to deal with. He's a good fighter. And then before that, he beat Andre Fialho, which was a great win. He looked great, put the pressure on him and beat his ass. I think Court Mcgee's going to have the cardio advantage here. I don't like his striking one bit. I think, Means is a much better striker. I think he's the right side here. I kind of don't like Mcghee at all, honestly. I think, I think he has better cardio, maybe better submission ability, but other than that, man, I don't really see Means having a problem defending Court Mcgee's takedowns, really. I think Means is just more powerful. He hits harder. He's a better striker in general. He's got some good knees, good kicks. He mixes it up well on the feet. I like him to win this fight. Not a very fun fight, at all, but I'm picking Tim Means to get this one done. I think he might get the KO or, a 29-28 decision where he drops the third. But, let's get in the next one. Ryan Spann taking on OSP. Another horrible fight. This one was booked to be on the Apex card, I believe. This fight could be fun in the first round, but after that, man, both these guys' cardio horrible. So it's hard for me to find a side here. It really is. OSP got a win over Kennedy and Nzechukwu. I don't know how he won that fight because he's horrible, OSP, but he did. I thought he won even when, it was a split decision. I think Spann hits a lot harder. I think he's a lot faster. He is a bit chinny, and his ground game's pretty good. I don't really think OSP's going to, shoot a takedown, but this fight sucks, honestly. Not a fight. If this were to be at normal elevation, I'd ever take a chance on betting. Both these guys are, terrible IQ. Actually, Spann's IQ is horrible. I think he'd win this fight easily if he would just, be normal. But I'm going to pick Ryan Spann here. I think he's a better striker here, a lot better striker. I think he's more athletic. He hits harder. OSP, to me, kind of fights like nonchalant, almost like Andrei Arlovsky when they're just doing a light little spar, right? I think that's kind of how OSP fights, and I don't like it. I don't really like either of these guys. I don't think any of them are great. This fight fucking sucks, honestly, and most of these prelims do. I'm gonna side with Ryan Spann here. I think he might get the finish, but we'll see. I think Spann's the right pick here, but a horrible fight and a horrible fight to bet on. So next up, Ceasar Almeida taking on Ihor Potieria. Okay, so Ceasar Almeida coming off a split decision loss to Roman Kopylov, where he dropped the first round and then comes back and tears Roman Kopylov's body apart. It was fantastic boxing, and he is a great stand-up fighter. Ihor Potieria, to me, he has the ground advantage. He's not a very high IQ fighter. He does hit hard. With that being said, his cardio is fucking atrocious. It is really, really bad. That's because he uses kind of all of his energy to put it into his strikes, but his gas tank fucking sucks. This fight should be very, very fast paced. I think if I were to bet, I think it actually is a pretty good bet. Ceasar Almeida in the second round or third round, and actually, sprinkle a little bit on that. I actually like that a lot, but I won't be betting on it. To me, I think Ihor, I know he's not doesn't shoot a lot of takedowns. He was shooting takedowns on Michel Pereira, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's going to shoot, man. I don't know why you would, take a risk standing with Almeida when he's clearly shown, Kopylov was taking him down while Kopylov was gassed. And Roman Kopylov's not a grappler by any means, right? So I think Ihor's submission might be in play, honestly, man. This guy, he has a couple submissions on his record. He is okay on the ground. I've seen him grapple. I follow him on Instagram, so I know that. I actually like Ihor a lot. He's a very fun fighter to watch. He's life or death. He's going in there to be killed or kill someone. With that being said, his striking. He's got a great left hand. He does hit hard. Do I think he can, hurt Ceasar Almeida? Sure, but I don't think it'll happen. I think Almeida's too defensively sound. He really looked fantastic on the feet, and he's going to be a very large problem for a lot of middleweights that want to stand with him. Ihor, to me, is going to get his body torn apart early, and then he'll shoot a takedown, I believe, and he might be able to get it. That's why I think the second round and third round is a good bet for Almeida. I do like him to win this fight. Ihor is a fun fighter, man, but his gas tank, man, it is fucking horrible. He gasses out every time, and especially since he's a former light heavyweight, he's cutting to 185. It's going to be a hard cut. I remember in his last win, I can't remember when it was, he said that he had to cut like 40 pounds or some shit, man, some crazy shit. So Ceasar Almeida should get this one done. But I do think Ihor is going to be able to get a takedown. I know people have said Ihor's not going to wrestle. I think he will, because I don't know why he wouldn't, right? He's not a high IQ fighter either, but I think, that's just like you don't even have to have a high IQ in the octagon. You just got to have a sense of what you're doing, right? So I think Ihor will shoot a takedown. I don't know if he's going to get a finish on the ground, but he's going to be dangerous in the first round. Ceasar Almeida, to me, will control the second and third. I think he finds a second round KO on Ihor Potieria, but I think Ceasar is going to get this one done, so I like him. Another kind of shitty fight, but next up, oh boy, this fight sucks, bro. These limbs are horrible. Austin Hubbard taking on Alexander Hernandez, and my first thought here was I think Hubbard was going to win, but I kind of had to go back and watch, and Hubbard is horrible. He is horrible. He does not really, I don't think he should be in the UFC. He's not great at all. I'd say his best attribute is kind of being durable and, I guess, wrestling. He trains at elevation. This could be a little bit of a fluky one, honestly. That's why I ended up, trying to pick Austin Hubbard. Alexander Hernandez was at Factory X. He moved away. I don't know what happened to Factory X. It kind of got blown up. We saw guys like Royval, Hernandez leave. I'm not too sure what happened, but Hernandez is at lightweight, and I think that's going to benefit him here. Austin Hubbard on the feet, he doesn't hit hard at all. Hernandez actually cracks. He can crack you hard. I don't know if the takedowns are going to be huge for Hubbard, but I really have not liked how Hernandez has looked. I'm going to trust him to get this one done due to the fact that it is at 55. And, man, Hubbard is not great at he's pretty fucking shit. I can't lie. Hubbard is not good, man. But neither really is Hernandez. I think I'm going to have to lean Hernandez here. Another fight where, these prelims, they fucking suck so far. I know Buckley and Thompson's on here, but I don't know, man. Terrible fight. I'm going to lean Hernandez just due because his skill, he's more skilled. He hits harder. He's better on the feet. I think his takedown defense will be fine. It could be a little bit dangerous towards, the end of the fight due to the elevation, but it's just I don't fucking know, right? That's why I don't like the elevation shit, man, because, Hubbard trains at elevation. I'm sure he's going to be in fantastic shape, but we don't really know, right? So I think Hernandez is going to win this one. Another fight where it's hard to pick a winner here, man, just because both these guys are shitty, right? But yeah, I'm picking Hernandez. Next up, Joaquin Buckley taking on Stephen Thompson. Now, this one I had a very, very hard time picking. Personally, because I don't think Buckley's good. I don't. You throw Buckley against Jeff Neal, man, who the fuck are you going to pick in that fight? Be real, man. Jeff Neal, bro, come on, man. Jeff Neal is going to fucking box Joaquin Buckley's head off, right? He's not taking Jeff Neal down. So, to me, I feel like there's other contenders that could beat the hell out of Buckley. I don't like him. I don't think he's great. I do like his personality. I just don't like him as a fighter. I don't think he's that good. Last win, Nursultan Ruziboyev, If that fight's at 85, I think Ruziboyev probably wins. Ruziboyev's a huge welterweight, I guess, but he is naturally to me a middleweight and looks a lot better at middleweight. He cut to 70 to take that fight. I don't think it's a great win by Buckley, really. I mean, there are some things that I like about Buckley. I think his wrestling is overrated a lot. I just think he's strong. He only has a double leg, man. That's it. He doesn't have any other takedowns, really. I like, his boxing. He gets really low and he'll dip in and kind of, throw shots and to close the distance. He's not going to have to close a ton of distance versus Wonderboy. If Wonderboy was a little bit younger, I would definitely be picking him here because I think he could put Buckley out. The only way I think now to put Buckley out for Wonderboy is a head kick. And I just, Buckley has been put out by a head kick. I just don't really see it. He Buckley to me is just going to kind of control the action, control the pace, and just hold on to Wonderboy. I think he will be able to get him down. But, man, it's another fight where I'm torn on, man. I really don't know who's going to win this fight. I don't like either of the guys, really. Like I said, I think Buckley loses to a lot of guys at welterweight. I do. To me, he's younger, more athletic. He hits harder. He's going to be the better wrestler. I don't know how much he'll entertain the stand-up. I hope not at all because I'm going to be picking him here. But I think Buckley's going to win this one, man. Thompson, man, he wears a lot of damage. He's a little bit chinny. He's old. He's not as fast as he used to be, man. And I can't pick him here, man. I just can't do it. I think, if Buckley entertains the stand-up, I kind of can see him getting picked apart more. I don't really know if Wonderboy's going to be able to knock him out. I know Buckley's a little bit chinny, but he's got these big shoulders that'll hide behind. And he keeps a pretty high guard. I think, the right side is going to be Buckley here, man. He's just, if this was like fucking MVP, I'd pick MVP to knock Buckley out. But because of MVP's speed. But I don't think Wonderboy's as fast as he used to be. And I think Buckley's just going to find a way to back him up on the cage and hold him there. It's a fight that I'm not too excited about. I don't think it's a great matchup, but I think Buckley's an exciting fighter. I think he's going to ride this one and win this fight. Another fight where, man, I just don't know who to pick here. I'm going to lean Buckley here. I think he's going to just, control the action. And, I'm going to go Buckley. Next up, Roman Dolidze taking on my boy, UFC young boy, Kevin Holland. Okay, I really don't like Dolidze. To me, I think he is extremely talented on the ground with his jiu-jitsu. I mean, we've seen what he's done to guys like, Jack Hermanson. Just a fantastic finish. On the feet, he's horrible. Simple. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. He's not good on the feet, man. He's so low volume. His best weapon is a big right overhand, and yes, he hits hard. But if he were to take the right approach and immediately shoot takedowns, I think he'd probably beat Kevin Holland. But I don't like Dolidze at all on the feet. I think he's horrible, man. He's slow. If he can get Holland down, do I think he can have success? Maybe, but just like wet blanket success, right? I don't think he's going to be able to, submit Holland. I just don't even know if he's going to be able to get him down. His takedown accuracy is like 44%. Holland, he can be taken down. I just don't think, Dolidze is going to do it. I think Holland, to me, he's going to be longer. He's going to be a lot faster. Both these guys are very durable, so I could, see this fight going the distance. I don't know about his cardio, but he's at 85. He's not cutting a ton of weight. It probably is going to help him. He's looked good at 85. I know he got dropped by Mikhail Ogzechik, but Mikhail Ogzechik is low-key like if you know what I'm talking about, he's low-key a dirty striker. He's fun to watch. He's, come forward, bit of a weird style. Holland, had a tough time dealing with that. I think Holland's a lot better on the feet. He uses his kicks well. His jab is pretty good. His defense is pretty good on the feet. He's also got a good chin. He doesn't really get knocked out. And Dolidze's only shot, to me, on the feet is really, a low kick maybe. Holland's been susceptible to low kicks. Ponzinibbio is kicking the shit out of his legs. Dolidze is a big guy. He lands a couple of those. It could be trouble. His right hand, like I said, overhand is good. Hits hard. But I was really unimpressed last fight, man. He was dying for air against Smith, and I hate that, man. To me, I feel like Kevin's just better, bro, on the feet especially. He's faster. He's going to have a reach advantage. He hits hard, and I don't think Kevin Holland's that good of a striker, honestly. But I'm picking him due to the fact of his speed, his, range, and I just think he is, a much better striker than Dolidze. I really don't think high Dolidze on the feet. I think Dolidze can have success maybe in the clinch a little bit, and maybe take him down, but I can't trust Dolidze. He's looked like shit in his last couple of fights, even against Hermansson. That's the fight I really like to watch because Holland's style is a little bit like Hermansson's, kind of a kickboxer at range. Hermansson was piecing him up, having a lot of success until Hermansson took and engaged in the takedown and took Dolidze down. I think Holland's a better striker here. He's faster. He's not going to shoot a takedown. And if he does find himself on the ground, he has good jiu-jitsu. I would definitely give Roman the edge in jiu-jitsu, and but I think Holland's better here, man. I like him by a decision. Next up, Ketlen Viera taking on Holly Holm. Kayla Harrison, my bad. So Ketlen Viera, if I'm not mistaken, did she have that fucking... Okay, no, that's not her. Look, I'm not picking against Kayla Harrison, man. She is fucking huge. She is strong and physical and just a monster. And I've been hearing that Ketlen has good takedown defense. I don't give a fuck, man. It's like, how are you not going to get taken down by this lady, bro? Look at her. She is fucking huge. She's huge. I don't know if anybody's going to beat her at 35, man. I really don't. She is a massive, massive bantamweight. And, beat the hell out of Holm, which I don't really consider a great win. But I think here, I don't really see her losing to anybody. Maybe the cardio could be a problem. She has to cut a lot of weight. She probably fucking weighs more than me. But anyways, how am I going to pick against her, man? She looked fantastic in her last fight. I don't know much about Ketlen Viera, but I don't give a fuck if her takedown defense is good, man. This lady, Kayla Harrison, is strong. Very strong. Stronger than a lot of guys. So I think the right side is Kayla Harrison. Too physical, too big, too strong. I'm going Kayla Harrison. Next up, my favorite fight on this card, honestly. Jose Aldo taking on Mario Bautista. I want to say this first. I've seen everybody on Jose Aldo, and I'm not with it. I'm not with it, man. I think Bautista's going to win this one, bro. And I know, Aldo looked good in his last fight against Martinez. I'm very high on Mario Bautista. I know, his last win is over Ricky Simone and last win over Blackshear. They haven't aged that well. But against Simone, man, looked fantastic. Fantastic. Whooping Ricky Simone on the feet. He can get a little bit wild, which I don't like. But against Martinez, Martinez pretty much was just kind of scared to throw back. And that was because of Aldo's speed. I don't think that Mario's going to be scared to do that. I love the way Mario mixes up his MMA. Do I think he's going to shoot takedowns on Aldo? I do. Do I think he'll get him? Probably not. But I think his cardio is going to be a lot better than Aldo's. I don't like Aldo's cardio. He kind of slowed down at the end of I believe it was the end of the second round versus Jonathan Martinez, was where he was being put on the back foot. I think if Bautista comes out early, puts Jose Aldo on the back foot, he's going to be gassed. I love the way that Mario Bautista mixes up his striking. He'll throw knees, he'll throw elbows, and he's not afraid to crack back. He's been, knocked out before. I don't know, man. I do think it's a close fight, but I've seen all these people on Jose Aldo. I'm leaning Bautista, man. I've loved the way this guy has looked, man. He's looking like a great fighter, and I know that Aldo looked good last time, man, but I just think it was more Jonathan Martinez kind of shell-shocked by how fast Aldo was. Mario Bautista's, got a lot better footwork than Jonathan Martinez. He will move around a lot more. I like Bautista a lot, man. I've talked about this guy. I think he's a very, very good fighter. He's great on the ground. He's great on the feet. Do I think his boxing is as good as Aldo's? No. Do I think, him mixing up his strikes is going to be huge? Yes. The kicking game from Martinez. From, Mario Bautista is good. It is good. He will kick the body. He will kick the head. He mixes up his strikes, and I love that in this fight. I think if he comes out on the pressure, not getting, put on the back foot by Jose Aldo, he's going to have success. I like his knees. I like his elbows. I could see him catching Aldo with a nice little elbow, nice right elbow, and hurting Aldo. I really think Mario Bautista is a great fighter, man. He's, in my eyes, the biggest dark horse in this bantamweight division. I love the way this guy fights, man. I'm high on him. I think he's going to win this fight pretty convincingly as well. I just hope he comes in with that game plan of putting Jose Aldo on the back foot and making him deal with the pressure, because Martinez didn't swing back. Mario Bautista's going to swing back. This guy's not afraid. He will fucking crack back. And I think, Aldo could have success in landing shots. I just don't like how stationary he is. He got hit, if, like I said, if Martinez was throwing back in that fight, in those exchanges, he would have had a lot of success, because Aldo was hittable, and he got tagged a couple of times. Aldo is hittable now. He's very hittable. He's a little slow on his feet. I know his strikes they look crisp and they look really fast, but he hangs in the pocket a lot. He's not moving in and out. Mario Bautista's footwork is going to do him some special things in this fight. I think he's going to come out and win this fight pretty easily to me. Yeah, man, I love that fight. I like Mario Bautista. Next up, Raquel Pennington versus Julianna Pena. I'm going to keep this one simple, man. You guys know I don't know a lot about WMMA. I think Raquel Pennington's going to win. Pena, I know she's been out forever, man. I can't pick a fighter that's been out for 2.5 years, right? Pennington, surprised me, and I think a lot, actually. And she trains at elevation. I think she'll be okay with the cardio. I think her striking and her boxing is going to, do numbers on Pena. I'm expecting a little bit of a late finish here. But Pena, she is good on the ground. I will give her that. Do I know, if Mario Bueno Silva's not getting Pennington to the ground, I don't really think, an older Julianna Pena will be able to do that. I think Pena's younger maybe, but I've liked the way Raquel Pennington looked in her last fight. I think she's going to win this fight. I'm picking her by I'm going to say a decision. So Raquel Pennington decision. Next up, the main event of the evening. Man, this is going to be such a close and a banger, bro. No, it's not. I just want to address this. I've already talked about this before, just for these little TikTok kids that, think Khalil Rountree, he fights like he owes someone money. Khalil Rountree is about to turn 35. And I know everybody's like that. Yeah, all these little TikTok kids, he is about to turn 35. I bet you didn't know that, did you? I bet you didn't. And another thing I want to talk about Khalil Rountree is this guy hasn't fought outside of the Apex in a long, long time. I'm talking a year or 2 years maybe, man. And then he's stepping in on a main event against one of the most intimidating fighters. To me, I think Khalil Rountree is going to be rattled. I don't think he's ready for this moment. He has a lot of success putting people on the back foot. Do I think he's going to come and put Alex Pereira on the back foot? If he did, he'd probably have success. I don't think he will, because I think he's scared, okay? There's not a lot of people that want to put Alex Pereira on the back foot. This guy is very dangerous. If Yuri Prohaska's not doing it, if Jamal Hill's not doing it, why would I think Khalil Rountree would do it, right? Because they know the consequences, and Khalil Rountree definitely knows the consequences here. Man, I don't want to rip too much on Khalil Rountree. You can go watch my old videos if you want to, know what I think about the guy in terms of his skill set. I don't think highly of his skill set. Alex Pereira is hittable. I've seen people talk about this a lot. He is hittable. Khalil Rountree lands 30% to the head. 30%, man. 30% is fucking horrible. He telegraphs his shots a little bit. He is fast. He does hit hard. I will give him that. But if you're landing 30% to the head, man, it's very concerning. It's very concerning. You're not accurate at all. To me, Alex is going to open up with kicks. I think he's going to kick the body of Khalil Rountree. I think we will see that rear kick a lot. He's going to try and slow him down. But I don't really see Khalil Rountree throwing back. I think he will be intimidated by the moment. This guy, like I said, man, he's fought in the Apex he hasn't fought in a main card or fucking in an arena in 3 years, bro. This guy's normed to the Apex because that's where he belongs. So I know there's people picking Khalil Rountree. It is not physically possible for me to pick him in this fight. Alex Pereira is one of the best strikers we've ever seen in MMA. In my eyes, the best. This guy is so sneaky with his hooks, his left hook specifically, so sneaky with everything. You don't know what's coming. He sets up every shot, and I know he's hittable at times, but I don't think this fight will reach a time where he is hittable. Everybody's acting like one shot from Khalil is going to put the guy down. Man, come on, bro. Wasn't able to drop Jacoby. He dropped Dawkins. Bro, Dawkins is horrible. He was a heavyweight, man. So it's really hard for me to consider Khalil Rountree to win this fight, man. Not even a chance for me to do that. Do I think Khalil Rountree is going to have any success in this fight? No. I really don't, man. I think the guy's going to shit his pants, and I think he's going to be afraid to come forward, and Alex is going to kick his legs, and his cardio sucks as well, man. Alex's cardio is better. Khalil Rountree's cardio sucks. So if you're counting on Khalil Rountree's 30% head accuracy or head strike accuracy to knock Alex Pereira out, I'd give you, I mean, good for you. And Khalil Rountree is listed at 6'1". He's not 6'1", man. Come on, bro. He's 5'11", maybe. Alex is going to have in my eyes, a 6-inch height advantage, and not the reach advantage. I think it's the same reach. Man, this guy is so decorated and so technical. I don't really see him having any problems here. And if Khalil Rountree somehow wins this, man, it's going to be the biggest crash out of the year for me, man. But yeah, I got to pick Alex, man. There's just no way I can't. I'm going to go Alex Pereira by a second round KO. I just think in the first Khalil's going to be so scared. And I can't see him winning this fight, man. I'm picking Alex Pereira by a second round KO. I hope y'all boys enjoyed it. And I picked every favorite, so very, very different. I usually don't do that. But, I will not be betting on this card. Like I said, I think the elevation plays too much of a factor, and I don't want to put my money there. So I'm going to be staying away from this betting-wise. I have not performed the best on these cards. Simple as that. I'm not going to sit here and lie. But, I think I'm going to do pretty well this time around. But, I hope y'all boys enjoyed, and I will catch you on the next one.